Welcome back to the Order of the Dragons and to another Conqueror's Blade update video. The preseason update is the biggest one yet. There's too much to put in one video, so I will be giving you the rundown of what we have. Before it came out, the content creators had a chance to check it out on another client, and we were able to record anything we wanted. In our last video for CB, we took a look at the Chinese client. What they are giving us with this update is what we saw in that video and more. When we first launched the game, we already noticed change with the looks of the UI. If we go further into the character creation, even that has changed. At the beginning of the character creation, they gave us a cinematic siege to start off for your introduction to the game. The character creation itself has also changed and has added more options to choose from for your character's looks. And at the end of the character creation, it also gives you a little contract to sign to put your character's name. If you have also noticed, they changed the way you get your class at the beginning of the game. When you create your character and enter the tutorial area, the quest will lead you to choose a class. And with this update, you will be able to choose any class for both genders. This is a feature that I know a lot of people have been waiting for. Even the tutorial starting area has changed a bit with new introductory cinematics. There's quite a few new cinematics in the game, giving you an immersive feel, introducing you to the area you are entering. They have also added a new tutorial quest and changed some to help you understand the game easier. Let's talk about the changes in combat. First off, the bot's AI has been greatly improved. They act more like humans and have leadership like players, so bots will no longer be able to spawn unlimited units. Also, queued battles will have bots fighting with you as players on AI and field battles if there is not enough players. For combat, a new feature was introduced called the Eagle Eye. When pressing Z, it allows you to take an overview look of the battlefield, seeing allies and spotted enemies.
Next, they did some changes to the scoring system of the game. They have revamped the scoring system, making it better to fit the results based on your battle points, round points, and outcome points. They also increased the overall rewards and added more rewards to hideouts, expeditions, and territory wars. Lastly, they made some changes to the siege battles. One change is that the attacker to defender ratio has been changed to 9-7. Another change is that they have changed the maximum respawn time to 70 seconds from 90 seconds. And lastly, the PvE and PvP match battles have had changes to their artillery placements, difficulty ratings, and more. For open world, there are some minor changes. They've added some trade colonies to the borderlands, allowing people to have access to the auction house and more. They've also changed the resource nodes to where when it runs out, you will still be able to collect, but only half of what you could collect. There has also been a change to the visual look to the open world, giving your hero and units your house flag. For Territory Wars, they have added a mode called Strategist Mode that allows your leaders to become a strategist and have an overview look of the battle by pressing M. You can have up to 3 strategists per battle. They also added a new leadership position to the houses called Marshal. This can be given 4 times to players. Lastly, there has been a major change to the battle lines in Territory Wars. Villages have 1, cities have 2, and forts have 3 battle lines. What these are different channel lines where people outside the battle can go to another and participate in another battle in the same city. Once one of the battle lines is conquered, the city will go to the conquered house and the other battles would be canceled. This is weird as there is not enough people during Territory Wars to participate on this many battle lines. Having this, people have to defend one city while their others are being conquered because they have to fight on 2 battle lines. This will screw houses over as they do not have enough people to defend. Next, let's talk about some of the new features that we have. First we have is the War Scholar. Just like in a previous video, he has options that you can select to get some items. It isn't a mini game, but sort of like a multi-RNG crate to give you Doctrines and Signacula. A Doctrine is an item to improve unit stats and give them powerful battlefield abilities. You can salvage them for a chance to get more at the War Scholar, though if you want to replace them, the item will be lost. To be able to get them, you need to do weekly quests to have 50% chance to get the item to redeem at the War Scholar. The Signacula, however, is an XP or honors item to redeem on specific units. To get Signaculas, you need to do weekly quests as well to get a 50% chance of getting a battle relic. You can also purchase a limit of 2 archaeologist packs from the cash shop to get 5 battle relics each to redeem at the War Scholar. Both, like I said, is an RNG chance to get what you want. You may be lucky, but you may be not. Next, let's talk about the cash shop. There is a couple new items added to the cash shop. One we already mentioned was the Archaeologist Pack. The other 2 are the Cross Region Token that allows us to move our camp to another region's main city, and the other is the Mercenary Attire Chest that we talked about that was in the Chinese client. We managed to able to look at the costumes that are available only from the client. There are 6 newly added attire to the game.
You can get the Azwarian attire set from the chest, but it is also purchasable from the cash shop. The best out of these, I feel like, is the Reaper General. It feels like a very mysterious armor, making your hero look like he has been through a lot, making him feel more badass. There is also multiple units, armors, and banners you can get from it, but also tons of weapon skins you can also get. There's a green to blue weapon skins for every class in the game. For me, they seem to look even better than the ones you can buy directly from the cash shop. Another nice feature they have added is the reconditioning system. It is a new system allowing you to recondition equipment to help with the loss of equipment durability. As it says, only crafted equipment is allowed to be reconditioned, and it will give the equipment new random stats, but you have the option to keep the previous stats. There is other small features in this update, like being able to immediately change over to an attire set, and the new field camp where a leader of your house can spend 1,000 house prestige to build a field camp that is able to produce food, purchase artillery, and produce large siege artillery. Now let's talk about the UI. There has been many changes to the UI, and in my previous video we took a look at the Chinese client, and this is what they had. Everything in this game looks different from the settings, to the marketplace, and to the open world. They have improved the looks of the UI drastically, making the game feel more polished. And the small icons in the game have been changed to be more polished and making them more realistic as well. There has been plenty of balancing in the game, from the artillery to the units and to the heroes. For the units, they now have a higher required XP to level up, and their maximum level has been increased from 20 to 30. And most of the range units' maximum ammunition has been decreased. There wasn't much unit balancing, but they have improved the prefecture pikemen with adding more penetration to kill heavier targets. For the artillery, there has been some drastic changes. All the green artillery and blue artillery have been decreased in stats, but the purple artillery has been increased in stats. The artillery also now has new looks depending on the grade of the artillery. And lastly, for the heroes, there is an insane amount of balancing, so there's too much to talk about, but as always, the patch notes will be down in the description if you want to look at the balancing. And lastly, for this update is the bug fixes and optimization. There's quite an insane amount of fixes as well. They have fixed tons of game-breaking bugs where people would be getting stuck and their skills not working properly, and many more. They have also optimized a lot of the graphics to make the UI and game run better. I can definitely say all of these improvements to the game will definitely bring a lot more people to the game. I would certainly recommend returning and current players to make a new character and look at the cinematics and explore new things. In the future, we will be getting our first season with new cosmetics and other updates. I really wonder what it's going to be like, and I hope this season improves the game drastically. And as always, the patch notes will be down in the description, and we will be doing a contest this video giving out 4 codes, with one of them being a 30-day premium for the pre-season update. If you would like to participate, please reply to my comment in the comment section. Also, if you're still wanting to buy CB and you want to support this community, the Beastmaster pack is still available for those who want the War Elephant. Just click on the link in the description and type TOFTD and leave a comment. Also, by the way, I have been preparing to start doing Phantasy Star Online 2 guides. I watched the E3 trailer and noticed that the game is coming to the West in 2020, and right then I knew it was the game for me. I played the game a while back and I loved it. It is definitely a game that I will keep playing for a long time. But anyways, thanks again. I hope to see you guys in the next video.